Hello and welcome to the Mindset Model Podcast. I'm Sarah Davis, your go-to confidence coach. This is the place where self-doubt gets kicked out, confidence gets turned up, and you get the tools to live the life you know you are meant for. In this podcast, we dive into real stories, mindset magic, we have guest experts, and the truth about what it really takes to live your best life. So grab your coffee, turn up the volume as we are raising our standards and stepping into the version of you who owns the room. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Mindset Model podcast and YouTube. Again, very, very excited to have you here today. Now, in this episode, I'm talking all about self-love, self-acceptance, and how this is your biggest flex, your best tool to manifest your dream life and get everything you want in life. And I'm going to be explaining in this episode today why I believe this and how I've actually used this in my life. So, did you know, a fun fact for you, before I actually created my beautiful brand, The Mindset Model, before all of this, one of my first ever workshops was the self-love workshop. I know, how fantastic. And this is something that I've always believed in. Not always, but since I started studying mindset and confidence, I knew that the self-love element was something that was very, very powerful. So my first ever virtual workshop, you can find it on YouTube. I'll probably add it into the show notes, the first one. And that really excited me so much. I was like, oh, I've got to do so much more with this. That was kind of like the seed that started the mindset model. And also my first ever in-person workshop was the self-love one. It was amazing. So the reason why I absolutely love this topic is because I have seen so many people transform their lives the moment that they really accept who they are. And instead of bullying themselves into changing to be like the ideal version of them, they've just accepted who they are. And so many of my mentors have done this, and it's just been absolutely phenomenal. And this is also scientifically proven as well. So I'm going to do my best job to try and explain this to you. So everything is energy. You've probably heard that before, whether you believe it or not. It's true. So we are just a bunch of vibrating atoms just living our best lives. Now, every single thing on this planet, on this universe, has a frequency, and that frequency determines what matter is going to be created. Now, this is important because our emotions and the way that we talk to ourselves and feel about ourselves, that actually emits a certain frequency. And there's different levels of frequency. So the highest level, the highest that you can get is enlightenment. Am I saying that word right? Enlightenment. You know what I'm trying to say, don't you? And then you've got love, joy, peace, happiness. They are all very fast frequencies, so vibrating very, very fast. And they are the most magnetic frequencies on the planet, in the universe. So you hear about people talking about enlightenment and how when you get to that frequency, you just feel just euphoric and amazing. And it's the same with love. In all of the love songs, it's about love makes the world go round and all of that good stuff. Love really is the most powerful tool on this planet. And there's all sorts of different types of love as well. Now, when we go down this scale, then you go into feelings and emotions like, I don't know, sadness and guilt and anger. All of these emotions have a very, very low frequency. They're vibrating at a very, very low and slow frequency, and they will attract. They're magnetic to the things that we don't really want. I think the lowest thing, is it shame, anger, I don't know, but all the things that make us feel quite bad, that is our low vibration. Now, what happens is, let me try and explain this. If you are somebody, because I was this person, and this, something that I still work on, if you are going around saying to yourself things like, I'm not good enough, I don't feel very I feel like crap today. It has a feeling to it. When you have that guilt and that shame, it has a feeling, it has a frequency. When you have that anger, you're angry at the world, you're angry at your partner, your kids are pissing you off, all the things. That is a very low vibration, and that will attract to you an absolute fucking shit show. Yes, and I'm sure you can think of some examples today when you've woken up in a bad mood and you're like, well, today's going to be an absolute shitter. I feel really bad today. Oh, I'm going to have to go into work and deal with that absolute twat that sent me that email. You know, you will also notice because you are in that energy, in that frequency, in that emotion, you're feeding it, your day will just get worse and worse and worse and worse. That is because the law of attraction, you are just attracting to you that shit show. Now, this is what I do because I'm aware of this. When I wake up in the morning, even if I'm not feeling my best, if I'm very tired, if I'm whatever, I will trick my brain into thinking I am living my best life. I will think of a time where I don't know. I just think of good stuff, really good stuff. And that really helps to elevate my frequency. Now, where the self love element comes in and the self acceptance, when you are your own cheerleader, when you absolutely love yourself unconditionally, this is the key word of today, unconditional. Unconditional means you will love yourself no matter what, as in, it doesn't matter if you've got no money at the end of the month. You will love yourself even though that you're not feeling the best. You will love yourself even though you didn't get the promotion or have the dream car or whatever. You love yourself now because when you are in that feeling of love and self-acceptance for yourself, that is a magnetic feeling, and that is when everything starts to shift and change. Now, I'm not saying you need to be this like woo all day every day, absolutely fucking not, because we are human. We're here to experience all the emotions. But if you can just maintain the majority of the time in that feeling of, do you know what, I've had a really bad day today, but it doesn't mean I'm a bad person. It just means it is what it is. And I am fantastic no matter what. It's a different energy. When you start changing that, you will start to notice little things in your life. So, these are just some practical tips as well, which I like to use. Focus on what you love. We are programmed, so we'll just go into a little bit into the unconscious mind. I might actually go on a tangent because it just really excites me. So we have got our conscious mind, our unconscious mind. There's other bits and bobs, but we'll just focus on these to start off with. In our unconscious mind, this is where our beliefs, our habits, our behaviors are stored. It's called unconscious because we're not fucking conscious of it. We don't really know what's going on. This is a really helpful part of our mind because, say, for example, breathing, your body making blood and doing all the things. If we had to think about doing those things, well, our brains would blow up. So there's things that need to happen unconsciously just to make sure our bodies are functioning, we're breathing, we're living, all that good stuff. Now, in the unconscious mind as well, there's a few programs that we've picked up on that we're not aware of. We will automatically go to worst case scenario. Have you noticed that? So I mean, I catch myself doing this all the time. Like when I was on the motorway the other day, I was on my way to a meeting, and then all of a sudden the traffic, it gets like it flashes up 50. You're on the motorway, which the speed limit's 70. When it says 50, you're like, oh my God, someone's had an accident, something's going on, traffic's happening. My brain is immediately like, oh my God, your whole day's cancelled. You're going to be late for your meeting. And you just go off into this massive tangent of how the world's going to implode when that's not actually going to happen. These are automatic memories, unconscious, but it doesn't mean it's the truth. So focus on what you would love to happen. So in that instance, I was like, do you know what? This traffic is just going to clear up. And even if it doesn't, so what if I'm a bit late? No one is going to die. That is absolutely fine. So I switched on some absolute bangers. I had a little bit of a disco in the car. Before I know it, the traffic had cleared up and I was 20 minutes early to my meeting. This happens quite a lot. So focus on what you love. And leading this into how we feel about ourselves as well, the way that you have been brought up, the beliefs that we have from society. We're meant to fit in a certain box. We're meant to have certain things, but ask yourself, according to who? Is that the actual truth? Because when we don't have the things that we're meant to be having, that actually makes us feel bad. When we feel bad about ourselves, again, we're getting into that lower frequency. But if you can get to yourself to a place of, I am amazing as I am. That is the goal. And another great tip here is using your badass list. I talk about this quite a lot in my podcast episodes. Also, when I've been interviewed by other people as well, I always tell them about the badass list because this really helps with your self-love and your self-acceptance. On this badass list, you are going to write down 5 to 10 things which you've done in your life which make you feel like an absolute badass, an absolute queen, an absolute winner. Things that you're like, yes, the confidence I had to do that. And they don't have to be massive things. They just have to be things that make you feel really, really good. That's a really great way to help elevate the self-love and the self-acceptance. I heard this amazing quote the other day from Reese Witherspoon, absolutely wonderful lady, and she said, instead of chasing your goals, chase your talents. I was like, that is amazing. So everybody on this planet has a talent. My talent is I just love speaking in public. I just love speaking. That is why I have a YouTube. I have a podcast. That's why I've been chosen to do acting. Like all sorts of things like that, because that is my talent. That's what I love. And I lean into my talents. The more that I do that, the more that I have this self-love, this self-acceptance. When you start chasing things, like say, for example, what am I not very good at? Spreadsheets. What the fuck is that? Spreadsheets, numbers. It's a no from me. Now, if I based my worthiness and my achievements on the ability to doing a spreadsheet, I would absolutely hate myself because it's just a no. I am not on this planet to create spreadsheets, put the numbers in and when you put a number in the box and then all the weird symbols come up. Oh, no. However, give me a microphone and a stage. I will be tantalizing that audience. Woo! Chase your talents. Discover what you love and what you love doing and what gives you that feeling, that joy within your stomach. What is that? Chase your talents. I absolutely love that. And also understand the lies you've been told. Yes, this is where questioning is so powerful because going back to what I was saying about the unconscious mind, our unconscious thoughts that we're having, they're just telling us stories all the way through the day, all these ridiculous stories. But is it the actual truth? Question them. Is it true what I'm saying to myself, or can I change that belief? And think about the lies that you've been told. I mean, when I was younger, I was told if you do not study science and go to university, you will not get a job. Biggest, fattest fucking lie on the planet because I'm winning. Yes. And I did not go to university. However, if you have been to university and you've got, that's amazing. But what I'm saying is you don't always have to believe the things that you're told. You can actually make your own truth, but that's something a little bit deeper. Also, another amazing story, with not a story, but this is Ali Nympho. I can't, oh my gosh. Anyway, she's an amazing woman and she's really, really into the mindset, the personal development, and a lot more of the spiritual side of things. She talks about your creator field, and this is again going back to everything to do with the energy. So, we all have a creative field around us, and this is created by the thoughts, the beliefs, and everything that we have. And this creates scripts, and this is basically information that we're giving out into the world. So, we're just going around with these stories, these frequencies, and other people are picking up on this. So, if you are telling yourself a story, I'm not good enough, I'm never going to be able to do that, I'm not beautiful enough, I'm not skinny enough, I'm not this, I'm not that. I look like a piece of shit today. That is what you are going to be projecting. So then you're going to get people going up to you like, oh, are you okay? You look a bit tired today. Have you ever had that before? It's because you're telling yourself you look like a bag of shit. People are going to pick up on that. However, and this is tried and tested, try this today. When you say to yourself, ooh, I'm looking good today. I'm looking fantastic. Just pop out a little bit of makeup or lipstick or do a little bit of your hair, oh, all that good stuff. People will then be like, oh, you look really good today, you look really radiant, what's your new skincare routine? It just works. It's an energy, it's a frequency. So, and then the final thing that I will say, and this can be really, really tricky for a lot of people, is actually accepting compliments. This is so triggering for a lot of people because when we get a compliment, we automatically think, no, that's not for me. That's that it feels uncomfortable. But why does it feel uncomfortable? Why have we created this story in our head that what this person is saying, which is good about us, isn't actually true? Really lean into that and question that. Try and accept as many compliments as you can because the more compliments that you're getting, the more that will really help to boost your love for yourself, your confidence, and that all beautifully ties in together. So, the goals, unconditional self-love, because there is only one of you out of 8 billion people. One of you. You are bloody amazing. And no one else on this planet has the same frequency and gifts as you. It's your job on this earth, on this planet, in this lifetime to discover what that is and to truly love yourself as you are right now. So I hope you absolutely loved this episode. Do feel free to go and find my original self-love workshop because that's got some really amazing practical hints and tips in there as well. And I hope you have the best day. See you in my next episode.